Hey guys, Jason Kills 32 here again. Today I wanted to show y'all a product that I'm very excited about. I had my questions. I was a little skeptical at first, coming from D&D. Typically a lot of 4th edition D&D. This is based off of the 3.5 rule settings of D&D, of course. But just at the overall quality of this product, what you just get in the box alone, the box isn't necessarily fairly big at all. It's about the size of any of the old, D&D. It's a little bigger than the red box, definitely. But it reminds me of any of the bookcase games or any of those. So it fits on your shelf really nice. It's wonderful, honestly. When we all started, a lot of people, they start with role-playing games. Here, I'm getting the box, and we start here. The older people, the TSR, not the Wizard Edition. We start here. There are some issues with the red box. I'm hoping when D&D Next comes out, and obviously they'll probably make another one of these for that version. I hope that they go and gravitate. Learn from your mistakes and go to more of a product like this. And especially since they've gone over to tokens as well. I think the way that Pathfinder and Warhammer, Warhammer Fantasy, definitely role-playing. I'll put that down. This is heavy. This is full of maps and DM screens. Warhammer, they've a lot of these, they switched over to these tokens. See if I can get it out of some of that bright light. You can see. You get quite a few of these. You get 3 sheets of them. This is just the tip of the iceberg, honestly. You get, obviously you'll switch over eventually and you'll buy the miniatures because you'll have to buy everything in the system now. But yeah, you get tokens. These are all your monsters. I thought this was very good. Instead of, just they have 3 or the 4 main characters. For each, like for the rogues, I don't know if you can see it. Let's get it to where you can. Okay, there we go. You get a male and a female version of human rogues. You get a male and female of the elf and the dwarf, and they do this with everyone, as to not leave anyone out. So you can go pre-made, which I normally typically don't with the set. I actually did a few of the, when I was just learning off of this, I did it with the pre-made, and it's kind of it's not that big of a deal to jump into one of these characters' role, and you kind of learn what it's like to be that person and make it your own. But the overall quality of the Pathfinder Beginner Box, it's there. You get the map. It's 2-sided. This a lot of y'all probably already seen unboxings. This is it. Yes, you see the unboxing, but I want to talk more about this in here, opposed to the red box. these guys can be in big trouble because these dudes are bringing in the money right now. And that's not a statement as like a vengeful D&D player or anything like that by any means. I love everything they've given me, and I'm happy for it. But the way that they explain this to you, and I don't want you to have to read a book on a YouTube video. But in this, the Hero's Handbook, you get, when you go through the red box, you get maybe a page, 2 pages I think, on what a typical role game, how to play, and how to, add your attack bonuses and blah blah blah. We all know how to play role games. If you don't, if you buy this box, you'll learn. Then this goes into examples of play, which I think this page right here is really good for people that buy this box. They don't know. I would like to maybe play a role game system. I would have no clue at all what to do. This outlines what exactly a Q&A session would be in a role-playing game, which is essential to teaching a player how they're going to think about playing the game. I mean, and it goes through everything, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The thin books from D&D ain't got shit on the Pathfinder Beginner Box. It teaches you how to use the book. It goes through all the races, of course, and full color, and then it goes through how the characters act, how they feel about things. You get quite a bit of backstory. You get to choose your deities for your clerics. I mean, it's nice. And whenever you choose a deity, you get assigned a weapon. But then you can also trade that in and, go for different weapons of your choice. And all that's in the book, the adventure gear, everything. Instead of just having a list of, well, this is what you can buy. They show you and give you an idea in your head of what you can do. How movement works. I mean, this is beautiful. And then you got your glossary and your index. I mean, and I don't know. They got quick reference combat on the back, but 63 pages. Now this book right here, it's wonderful. I mean, this pretty much sums up the core rule book. Now this thing sells probably for about $60. If you go off of Paizo, you can get it for $30. Might as well go ahead and throw in the GM screen kit, because what's the point in playing a role-playing game without a DM screen? That's the best part, right? For all the DMers. This shows you how you're going to lay out your first dungeon. Just straight on the opening. And it goes through. I won't go in too close on this because I don't want y'all to see if you're not, going through there. But it goes through the whole campaign for your first sit-down session. Whereas on the other one you have 4 sheets. Here you have 15 pages of your adventure. And this is good because the way that this adventure ends, it sets you up to where you can either move on and go into their modules. This book teaches you from there on how to create your own games. How to even draw dungeons. You know, using published adventures and not necessarily having to use them in your story, initiative, dice rolling, tracking, pacing. I mean, the quintessentials here. You know, and then here, you know, you got, it goes through it. You get your magic items in this book, your monsters in this book. It goes through every monster that you have here. You know, this is not, this can last you a while. You know, obviously you're going to want to buy the core rule book after this, and you're going to want to buy the bestiary box and all the other sets. But if you just wanted to base off of the first adventure, or just go on to create something your own, you can do that with this box. And you can do it for a very little cost. I mean, trust me, I know. I have tons and tons and tons of D&D books. And through all that information, this just sums it up into a clean, beautiful product right here. It's worth the money. You know, look, you got your character sheets. You know, they're two pages. They're just a sheet of paper. But the fact that they went into explaining your equipment, your feats, your armor, they don't have to do things like that, but they do because they know that players who understand the rule system and have a better grasp on the rule system will enjoy the game more, and you won't be so apt to be frustrated with the game. You get 4 of those, and you get another stack of character sheets. I printed them off. When you open the book, the beginner box here, you get this nice sheet right here. Let me get it in focus. And it says, before you go any further, read this page. This is great because as soon as you open the box, it tells you if you're by yourself or if you're in a group. This is how you go ahead and figure this out and get started. And then, of course, advertisements for things that you should buy. You know, you should, after this, you should go out and get a core rule book. You get, you know, their version of the monster manual. Pathfinder adventures are really cool. You know, because you get that mix of, you know, the inner sea right here. You know, you get pirates in there. You get, you know, it's they got vampires and undead. And we'll go through some of the tokens real quick too, because I thought the artwork on these were very good. Like I said, you know, you got your, let's get this guy in focus. You got your black dragon. You know, you get 3 big monsters. Only thing I was upset about, I wanted a succubus. I wanted a succubus in this box. I already have it on order anyway with some other miniatures, so. But I would have liked to have a little token succubus. I think that represents my D&D campaigns very well. You know, you got Medusa though. Gnarly chick right there. Little werewolves. I like the old horror. So, you know, your mummies. Let's see here. Little ogre boss. It's tight, yo. Doppelganger. Yep. The elementals. This is the earth elemental. And zombies. With a shovel. He's a coal miner, apparently. In the Pathfinder universe, they mine coal for a living. So it's like Zoolander.